And I'm going to, the last time we were together, I challenged you to be bucket fillers. So I have another book that talks about the same idea of your emotional bank account is a bucket. So it's a metaphor for your feelings. So let's listen to the story. At our last assembly, I challenged you to be a bucket filler. Now we're going to check in with how to fill your bucket. This week's book is How Full Is Your Bucket for Kids, written by Tom Rath and Mary Rackmeyer. Felix was putting one of the last blocks on his tower when his little sister came in. I want to build with you, she said, Felix. Felix scowled. Go away, you're too little. I'm big. Stay back. You'll knock it over. I can be very helpful. Go play with your baby toys, Anna. Grandpa? Grandpa shook his head. Felix, you just dipped from your sister's bucket. Like everyone else, Anna has an invisible bucket. When it's empty, she feels bad. But when it's full, she feels great. Didn't you ever notice your own bucket? Invisible bucket. Sometimes Felix couldn't quite tell when grandfather was joking. But the next morning, when Felix woke up, there was a small, great bucket floating above his head. When Felix came down to have breakfast, his mom was in a hurry. I've got a meeting this morning, and it's almost time to go. Anna, sit still. Felix slipped and cocoa wheat scattered across the floor. Felix, yelled his mom, you should have used a stool to reach that. Felix could feel his bucket tip and big invisible drips spill out. Drip, drip. Ha ha! Anna laughed as she crunched the cereal with her shoe. Drip. Get the broom and clean that up before you miss the bus, scolded Mom. When the school bus honking, Felix quickly swept up the cocoa wheats and grabbed the last blueberry muffin. But before he could even take one bite, Buster jumped up and grabbed the muffin from his hand. Drip. Hey, look at Felix's new backpack. My baby brother has one just like it. Drip. Psst. Felix, psst. Drip. Watch out, Shrimp. Drip. It was still morning, and Felix's bucket felt almost empty. As he watched his classmates walk into the room, he secretly hoped they would trip and fall. That's what it feels like when you have an empty bucket. Felix slumped into his seat and waited for something else bad to happen. Mrs. Blumpendickel walked up slowly to his desk and handed him a paper. He could barely look. Felix, you wrote a wonderful story. Would you please share it with the class? Felix grinned and felt a big drop land right in his bucket. Drop. Drop, plop. Plink, drop. The Giganosaurus Who Wanted a Pet by me, Felix. The class grew quiet. They laughed at all the right places and oohed at the scary parts. When Felix finally read the end, everyone clapped, even Emily, who sat next to him and didn't usually like dinosaurs. Felix felt the whole shower of drops land in his bucket. Maybe the day wouldn't be so bad after all. Drop. Team captains today are Veronica and Felix. Drop. Nice cow. It's a dog. Well, nice colors there, Felix. Cool laser backpack, Felix. By afternoon, Felix's bucket was nearly full. At recess, when he looked around, Felix suddenly realized that his grandpa was right. Everyone else had a bucket too. Drop, drop. Let me help you. Drop. Here's your baseball, catch. Thanks, dude. Drop, drop. Hi, I'm Felix. First day? Yeah, I'm Amir. The strange thing was that for every drop he helped put in someone else's bucket, he felt another drop in his own bucket. When Felix burst in the door after school, he shouted, You were right, Grandpa. I do have a bucket, and I understand how it works. Then he saw Anna's torn doll. Bad dog, he almost scolded. But then he thought, dogs might have invisible buckets too. Your doll will be okay, Anna, said Felix. Mom will fix her. Well, until then, do you want to help me build the tallest building in the world with my blocks? And so they did. So with that being said, I'm still challenging everybody to be bucket fillers.
I'll be right back.
And with that, I want to get started with our presentation. We have lots to celebrate, even in this year that has been a little bit challenging. Like I said, I wish we were all present and we were doing this in person, but we're going to make do with this. So this is our Remote Learning Awards Assembly. And the first award that we're going to talk about is a very special award that I've invited Katie Fairburn from the college to talk about it. So Mr. Scott, you should see Katie Fairburn on the screen. And I want to announce that the winner is Paula Algate. And Miss Fairburn, would you talk to this group and tell them what about the program that Paulina has won?
Sure. Thank you, Tom. Congratulations, Paulina. You are the recipient of the Adopt Fifth Grader Scholarship that is offered through the Mendocino College Foundation. And the sponsor of your scholarship is Community First Credit Union. They started out in 1959 as a credit union specifically for schools. And they were founded by teachers. And one of the main things they do is they support programs that support financial literacy and programs that support children. So please give a thanks to Community First Credit Union. And what you will receive, Paulina, is a $1,000 scholarship when you graduate from high school and enroll at Mendocino College. If you decide to go to school somewhere else, just give us a copy of your high school diploma and we will give you $500. So you will receive a certificate in the mail in June, along with a check for $25 for you to spend however you would like. So congratulations, Paulina, and we'll see you in college.
Can we unmute everybody, Ian, and give Paulina a big round of applause?
Bravo, Paulina!
Good job, Paulina.
Way to go.
Bravo, Paulina! Bravo!
Scott, again. Thank you, Katie Fairburn.
Thank you, Tom. Good luck.
Share my screen again to you. Stuff around.
Can I be outside?
Congratulations once again, Paulina. I want you to know that all the fifth grade teachers agreed that you were the most worthy candidate for that award. Well done. Congratulations. Moving on, we're going to talk about the May PE Awards. These were picked by your teachers because they know that you guys are getting out and moving. Looking at the three guys that won these awards, I'm not surprised. From Mrs. Armstrong's class, Victor Magana.
Good job.
I see Victor, when he had stuff to pick up at school, he's walking. Nice job, Victor.
Good job.
From Miss Shrib's room, Aiden Ponciano. When I'm on the playground, I see Aiden in every sport that's the season of. And from Mr. Bauer's room, Walker Clark. Nice job, Walker. PE Awards for the 2019-20 month of May for Nokomis School. Now we're still talking about PE Awards. So these students are the students that have walked the most miles. And you can see that they have this fashionable drinking bottle up at the top of the screen right here that says Mileage Club. We're going to start at the, move my little thing out of the way. I don't know if that's in your screen or not. It probably is. Coming in at number 10 with 20 and 5,500 miles, Samantha Gura Pimentel. will receive a water bottle. In ninth place, Catherine Valente at 20 and 60 hundredths miles for Mr. Bauer's room. In eighth place, from Miss Bras's room, Omar Lopez Flores. We got a little guy moving in there. Seventh grade, Mariah Alvarez with 22 and 75 hundredths miles for Mrs. Sweet's room. In sixth place, a guy that I know very well, Joshua Anguino Zavala at 24 and 5 hundredths miles from Mr. Bauer's room. Nice job, Joshua. Coming in at fifth place, Fidel Perez Mora with 24 and 1,500 miles from Mr. Bauer's room as well. Two of Mr. Bauer's students there. In fourth place, Jaden Perez Carrillo with 26 and 35 hundredths miles from Mrs. Sweet's room. In third place, Elena Chavez Garcia with 27 and 5,500 hundredths miles from Miss Shrib's room. In second place, Trixie Zayer with 29 and 2,500 miles from Mrs. Sweet's room. And first place, Kaylee Para Acosta, 30 and 500 miles from Mrs. Shrib's room. Well done. Round of applause for the kids with the most miles. On Monday, June 1st, the people with the most miles can come in and get their many tabs to play with here. All right, talking about Lexia Awards. Students that need to be recognized for Lexia Awards. Yeah. With Lexia Awards, Jaden Atlee, Luna Santana Sanchez, Dustin Pugh, Gabriel Barasa, Jessica Swinson, Victorino Garcia Shrell, Addison Walker. There's a Joshua again, Joshua Anguiano Zavala. Dustin Pugh again, he's on there twice. He might be on there 3 times. Chloe Mather, Christian Ramirez, Victor Magana, Guillermo Huey, Rosie Mendoza, Marshall Goodsinger, Guillermo Huey, Luna Santana Sanchez. Some of these names are duplicated, so that must mean they have more than one certificate coming. Diana Monzo, Sarah Alm, Charles Claiborne, Angela Ayala, Dustin Pugh again, Michael Morris, Laura Lopez. These are the kids that are putting the time and the effort in Lexia, which is, you know, helping your reading scores. Readers are leaders, and that's a great thing to be working on. Round of applause for the students that will be receiving Lexia certificates.
Good
We're giving, whoops. Next award that we're giving out is the May Academic Improvement Award. That means your teachers have noticed that you've been putting in lots of effort, working hard, especially in this challenging time of remote learning. So that's really to be commended. Maybe the only disappointment I have here is I don't see any boys. Boys, where's the boys for Academic Improvement Award? Come on, guys, we can do better than that. So we want to congratulate Rosie Mendoza for Mrs. Armstrong's class, Academic Improvement Award. Alexis Waller for Mr. Bauer's room. Jessica Swinson Alvarez for Ms. Shrid's room. Kyla Pacino from Mr. Delgado's room, and for Mrs. Sweet's room, Mariah Ramirez de Jesus, May Academic Improvement Awards. That means these students understand the importance of putting in the effort to better themselves academically. Nicely done. Round of applause for May Academic Awards.
Job, boys.
Well, Mr. Steiner, are you there? Can you hear me, Mr. Steiner?
Can.
So what's all this stuff that's on this table in my office?
Look at this. This is a table full of raffle rewards that whoever wins the raffle will be able to choose from. So basically, we're gonna, you guys get to choose from all these rewards.
So what did they do to have to earn raffle tickets?
So you guys remember all those ICANNs that you've been saving up for the whole year? Well, this is where your ICANNs, some of them went, if you chose to enter into the raffle. So with your hard work and your positive behavior during remote learning and everything else, you guys have entered into the raffle. So congratulations and good job for all your guys' hard work.
So if they win a raffle item, Mr. Tyner, what do they got to do to say if they wanted that green baseball bat?
So if you want the green baseball bat, then you will contact Mr. Tyner. The next slide has some information on there, I believe. And you contact Mr. Tyner via email, or you can use and call me, or even text me. And so what you do is you're going to, this picture has a bunch of numbers and letters on it. So you're going to say, for example, let's say you wanted that green baseball bat. You're going to text and get a hold of me and say, I want RA15. And then on June 4th, when you guys come in to pick up your report cards, then that reward will be waiting for you when you come and pick up your stuff.
So on Monday, June 1st, they bring back their Chromebook and all their completed work. And then on Thursday, June 4th is when they're going to come back and get their report card and any of these things that they won in the raffle and the certificates for their awards. Is that what I'm hearing, Mr. Tyner?
That's what we're saying. Yep, correct. And also not only from the raffle, but if you bought things from the ICANN store, that is June 4th will be the day that you get all of your rewards for the year.
Sounds like a good idea. Let's see what's on the next slide.
All right, so here you go. This is how you contact Mr. Tyner. So there's my email and my cell phone. You can most definitely text or call and just let me know what number and letter of the reward that you want is, and then I will get it to you on June 4th.
Okay.
All right, so that's how we get a hold of Mr. Tyner. I think I know that number, Mr. Tyner. I've called it a few times.
Indeed.
So does that mean it's time for raffle time, Mr. Tyner?
I think it's time for raffle time.
So who's going to win the first round of the raffle? Whoop.
All right. Oop. Okay, our first winners are Brianna Hinosa, Paulina Ugaldi, Lupita Vasquez, Kaylee Pera Acosta, and Fidel Perez Mora. Good job, guys.
So if Paulina wants that green baseball bat, what does she have to do?
She's going to go ahead and text or call or email Mr. Tyner and say, I want RA15 from the raffle rewards.
Well, what happens if Kylie wants the green baseball bat too?
Kylie, if you want the green baseball bat, you're going to call or text or email Mr. Tyner and say you want RA15. Wherever number your prize you want or reward that you want is on the picture there.
What happens if there's only one green baseball bat?
And I'm going to have to say, sorry, you can't have the green baseball bat, but you can pick another prize.
Well, what makes the difference between whether Paulina gets the green baseball bat or Kylie gets the baseball?
It is first come, first serve. So whoever contacts me first will end up with the reward that they want.
Understood. First come, first serve. I get it. Now we're going the wrong way. What happened here, Mr. Tyner? We got two raffles in a row?
I think they're all stuck there.
We better check and see here.
Technical difficulties.
That happens once in a while when you got three screens
Absolutely.
and the internet's a little slow. But we'll go with it. I'm going to unshare just for a second. I'll be right back. All right, I see what happened here. So it's raffle time, and we had more winners than we announced in the first time. So I will reshare my screen, and we will go to that slide. So it looks like the winners in the first go around, Mr. Tyner, were who?
So the winners in the first go around were Elena Chavez Garcia, Jessica Svensson, Alondra Vargas, Aiden Ponciano, and Janessa Sanchez. Good job, guys.
So far we've announced 10 winners. Is that correct, Mr.
That
Tyner?
is correct. We have 30 winners this go around.
So we've done 10 out of 30, which reduces down to 1/3.
There you go.
Remember? We did that. And then we've done that one.
Correct.
So are we doing the third one again right here? 5 more?
Let's do 5 more. Let's run them out.
All right.
All right. So our third set of winners are
This only happens with this when we're doing this one. I don't know why. All right, we're almost there.
Stop right there. Oh, so close.
There?
The one before. Michael Gilstrap. That one.
All right.
All right. So Michael Gilstrap, Javi Fosto, Elizabeth Perez Mora, Jamir Honeycutt, and Angeli Beltran Rivas. You also are winners for the raffle. So congratulations.
So now we're up to 15, correct?
15. Yes, indeed.
Halfway there, 15 out of 30.
Halfway there. We got a lot of winners this go around. All right. So.
What the heck? And who's winning? Did we already announce this slide?
No,
I don't think so.
we got one back.
Okay. So why don't we announce this one while we got it flashed?
All right. So we have Autumn Orozco, Jocelyn Felix, Annie Zahar, Maria Segura Valadez, and Valerie Chavez Vega.
So let's move some screens around and see if I can get things a little better. So we've been there. We've been there.
There we go. That's the one.
But you guys are seeing all my boxes, correct? Inside
Nope.
Okay. All right. So have we announced this page?
We have.
All right, moving on. Who do we got on this page, Mr. Tyner?
So we have Hunter Short, Mia Marino, Yair Ramirez, Gabriel Maya, and Francisco Lopez.
So if they want to redeem their reward that they purchased with their ICANNs, what do they got to do?
They got to contact Mr. Tyner by email or cell phone, and just let me know what number you want of the raffle rewards, and I will give them to you on June 4th.
Sounds like a plan.
There's one more, 16 through 25.
Is it coming up later? I can't
No,
look.
it's on that one that we skipped.
All right, let's go back.
Did that one. Next one. There we go. All right.
The one was sincere on the first.
That is correct.
Okay.
All right, so this is our last one. These are the last rewards. So we have Sincere Johnson, Xavier Donahue, Javier Castro, Yuvia Brumley, and Gabriel Cepeda.
All right. Please redeem your rewards and you get to pick them up on Thursday, June 4th. These transitions are throwing me, but that's okay. There we go. On to the next thing. All right. May Citizenship Awards. Citizenship Awards. Those are the people that are exhibiting the 3 R's all the time, being ready, responsible, respectful. And that means that they're probably bucket fillers as well. That means that they're saying nice things to lots of people. So the people that we want to recognize as being Citizenship Award winners for the month of May is Diana Monzo Herta from Mrs. Armstrong's room, from Mr. Bauer's room, from Santa Cruz, Navarro, from Mr. Delgado's room, Daniel Rodriguez. Move the screen out of the way. Isabel Torres Rodriguez from Mrs. Sweet's room, and Elena Chavez Garcia from Mrs. Tribb's room. May Citizenship Awards. Nicely done. May Principal Awards, my favorite award. I like the patriotic feeling that this flag creates. It's like a very peaceful place. May Principal Awards. These are the students that are doing well academically and socially. That means that they're following the 3 R's. That means that they're most likely bucket fillers, which is something that successful people do. So the students we want to recognize, whoa. Good golly. Oh, well. Let's move my thing again. From Mrs. Shrib's room, Shasa Joseph Kyle, May Principal Award. For Mr. Bauer's room, Chandra Mitchell. From Mrs. Sweet's room, Trixie Zaire. And from Mr. Delgado's room, Sincere Johnson, the May Principal Awards. Well done. Well done. How about we unmute everybody, Mr. Scott, and let everybody give a big shout out to everybody.
There you go.
Now, moving on. Good job. Yeah, very good. About the May Remote Learners Awards. Now, this award is very, very special in these times. You know, that means that these students have been able to focus at home. That means that they're putting in the work and their teachers want to recognize them. So, from Mrs. Armstrong's room, my good buddy Gabriel Barraza, May Remote Learner Award. Nicely done, Gabriel. From Mrs. Shrib's room, Angela Ayala. From Mr. Delgado's room, Xavier Roseberry Donahue. And from Mrs. Sweet's room, Adrian Panetta. You know, in this particular awards, this one might be the most important one because you guys are able to focus in a time that lots of people can't. So I commend you for that. I think being able to be a remote learner award winner will serve you well in your life to come because you're showing that you can make the most important things important. So I salute you for that. Nicely done. Now, I'm going to talk about the Perfect Attendance Award. The winner that was I'm going to share some names here in a moment of all the students that had perfect attendance. And you know, it's been said that 90% of success is just showing up. And so we have a whole bunch of students that showed up every day. And that's really cool. So we had 18 students, which is a little over 4% of our students had perfect attendance. So that means that these 18 students did something that 96% of the other students didn't do. They showed up every day. So I'd like to commend Daniel Bose from Ms. Williams' room, Riley Cruz from Ms. Marshall's room, Hector Figueroa Ramirez from Mrs. Perry's room, Ramondo Guerrero Pimentel from Ms. Shippey's room, Samantha Guerrero Pimentel from Ms. Williams' room. So I'm thinking maybe that Ramondo and Samantha have some parents that know the importance of showing up. Kind of runs in the family, it looks like there. From Miss Darlington's room, Alondra Guerrero Jimenez. From Mr. Delgado's room, Caden Hitting. From Miss Shribs, Brianna Hinoza Swayze. From Mrs. Armstrong's, I read this guy's name a lot for many, many different things. Jordan Innes Alamouche, perfect attendance. From Miss Williams' room, Andre Lupian Soto. From Miss Moniz's room, Cassandra Lupian Soto. From Mr. McClure's room, Vivian Mather. From Mrs. Armstrong's room, Rosie Mendoza. From Mrs. Armstrong's room, Bernice Morales Ventura. From Ms. Williams' room, Uriel Perez Mora. From Mr. Delgado's room, Katia Sandoval Vega. From Ms. Shrib's room, Jessica Swenson Alvarez. And from Ms. Shippey's room, Nicole Zarara. So I would like to, I salute these kids that haven't missed a day. I haven't messed this slide up. The next slide's going, round of applause, Mr. Scott. Let them all in. Is it?
Hey, good job, guys.
Good job, Daniel.
Good job.
You guys are in the top, 4% of the school. Nicely done. Comes the next winner of the bicycle.
Guess what we're having?
What?
Sliced apple with peanut butter to dip in.
We might mute everybody, Mr.
Your
Scott.
favorite.
Katia Sandoval Vega, perfect attendance award. Congratulations. We will have the bike ready for you here on June 4th, Thursday, June 4th. Well done. Auction item, highest bid for the basketball, Alondra Vargas. So she bid the most I cans for that basketball. So it'll be available for her Thursday, June 4th. Highest bid for the Razor scooter, Aiden Panetta. I think I've read his name a few times. We have a scooter waiting here for you, Aiden. And the light up scooter, the highest bidder was Michaela Harden. So we have a light up scooter waiting for you, Michaela. So parents, I hope you listen up. Students, listen up here. Monday, June 1, we're asking that you complete all completed school work to school, bring all the completed work to school, Chromebooks and chargers neatly wrapped up, textbooks and library books be returned. Parents of students grade through 4 should plan on the return items from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. or from 3:30 to 4:30. From 2 to 3:30, we're asking the parents of the 5th grade students return materials during this time slot so that we may honor the 5th graders with a special send-off from staff, present, and past teachers to wherever your next school is. An additional thing that you might be interested in, parents, is application for the after-school program will be available to pick up on Monday. And our yearbooks will be given out Monday when you return your Chromebooks as well. So Monday, return your Chromebooks with the chargers, cords neatly wrapped up, all your completed schoolwork, library books, and there's going to be a call going home tonight for your parents to get the times again. Thursday, June 4th is when you get to pick up your report cards, teacher rewards, student recognition certificates. Raffle and auction items will be available from 8 to 3:30, trying to make it easy for the parents.
Did you hear me from 8:30?
So I want to talk about the things we can control. Once again, we can control whether we're a bucket filler or not. We can control what we say and what we do. We can't control what other people say and what other people do. But I'm still challenging you guys to be bucket fillers. That means that you are ready, responsible, and respectful. I know many of you are doing it and can continue to do it. So thank you very much. So we will stop sharing the screen. And so today, first off, I see to open up the microphone would be Mr. Tyner. If you want to say something to everybody, Mr. Tyner.
Sure. So I commend you guys on your resiliency and everything that you've gone through this entire year. It's been challenging for all of us, and it saddens me that I will not be able to see most of you until next year, or hopefully fifth graders, I'll be able to see you guys when you come to drive by and we give salutes. So you're an amazing group of students, and I will always care for you. And I really appreciate everything that you guys have put, the effort and all of this hard work that you guys have done this entire year. Not only for students, but staff as well. We've been challenged from things that we never thought we could ever do, and we're doing it. I know they've heard this a lot from the district, but every one of you is amazing. So keep up the good work. And I truly am blessed to have known all of you, and also students. I'm blessed that you guys are so amazing. So thank you for all of your hard work.
Thank you, Mr. Tyner. I started to look at the chat. There's some questions about yearbooks. Yes, we do have some yearbooks available. There will be a table available we have 10 yearbooks available. First come, first serve at $20 a piece on Monday, June 1st. When you drop off your stuff, you can pick up the yearbook if you haven't bought one yet. Looking across my screen, the next staff member I see is Mr. McClure. Can we unmute Mr. McClure?
Oh, there we go. I'm very proud to see so many of you here, especially the fifth graders. Congratulations. We will miss you. And don't be strangers. Stop by and say hi. We always like seeing our former students. And I'll actually miss seeing you guys online here in the assemblies. And you've done a great job, and keep it up.
I agree, Mr. McClure. Thank you. And does Mrs. Megan Walker want to say anything to the school? I see her on my screen now. We have to unmute you, so there.
Hi. Well, I gotta say, I'm so proud of all of you. It's great to see all these faces on here, and you made it through just a crazy year. But to all the teachers and you students and parents, it's been incredible to see all the work that has been put into all of this. And fifth graders, I'll miss seeing you.
Thank you, Mrs. Walker. And next I see on my screen, Mrs. Armstrong.
Well, guys, I'm really sad that all this happened where we have to learn remotely, but I feel as if so many of my students have demonstrated self-discipline and responsibility beyond my expectations. And normally I reward and praise students for superior academic performance throughout the day. However, I realized some of my self-disciplined students were getting more satisfaction through their own validation of their abilities with the digital tools. And many of my students set goals and worked without my help. And I love feeling this intense connection to my students. I had students calling me at all hours of the day and night, asking me all kinds of advice and questions, and not just about school. And I love to see all of this. I loved seeing Dustin and Rosie and Jaden and Herman. I am working so hard, and Herman working with 3 little brothers climbing all over his back. It just showed me how much determination you have to succeed.
and I loved it. And Jordan rushing to help everyone.
Hi.
And I just loved it. Addison, your videos are adorable. The Pinata family, who taught my class a lesson on Northern Pomo language, made the entire class feel an instant connection to their family. And this pandemic is awful, yet I wonder if the byproducts will eventually prove to be positive. I love my students. I love my fifth graders. I love my fourth graders. I love all of you. I hope you have an awesome summer. Keep working really hard. Achieve your goals. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Mrs. Armstrong. Next on my whoop, my screen just switched. So I will move over to Mr. Bowers on page 2 now is the next guy up. Can we unmute Mr. Bowers?
Hey there, everybody. I'll be short. It's good to see everybody, and hope you all have a great summer, and congrats on making it through the year. Hope you all stay safe. That's it.
And then next I see on my screen is Miss Tiffany in the health tech office. Do we want to unmute Tiffany?
Yeah,
You're ready to go.
awesome. I will also be quick. I want everyone to have fun, stay safe, stay hydrated. If you're not feeling well, think, did I eat? Did I drink? Do I need a nap? Like,
Definitely.
things. I'm looking out for you guys always.
Thank you, Tiffany. Next up is Mr. Delgado.
Hi, everybody. I want to say thank you. Good job, you guys. I know this year, as you've been hearing, it's been challenging. It's been tough. But, you know, we are Nokomis, and we've been doing a really good job kind of rolling with the punches, as they say, and just taking the challenges and doing the best we can. So good job and congratulations for doing a good job and finishing the whole school year. I want to wish you guys a great summer. And for those of you guys that are coming back next year, I hope to see you soon. And for the fifth graders, well, you guys are just going to go on and move on to bigger things. So good luck to you, all right?
Thank you, Mr. Delgado. Next up, I see from our library would be Mrs. Stechter. You're almost ready. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. Hi, Nokomis students. I first want to say congratulations to the fifth graders. We will miss you. And just always remember what you've learned here at Nokomis. Bring it with you your whole life. And keep reading. Some of you, please become teachers yourselves. Please become writers, illustrators. Bring that with you through your middle school and high school years as well as a goal. And fourth graders, good work along with the fifth graders. Keep reading, everyone, and have a wonderful summer.
Thank
You too.
Thank you.
Next I see on my screen would be Linda from the office. L. Yapel on your screen, Mr. Scott.
Hi, guys. I'm so excited that so many of you have taken on the remote learning and done such a great job with that to finish out the year. Just keep persevering and make sure that you practice that bucket filling with other students. Simple smile, a nice word, a kind gesture, or even helping out. Help your mom out in the house and other people. It's just so rewarding to yourself and to others. And have a great summer. And we look forward to seeing you guys next year. To the fifth graders, you guys are moving on to bigger schools and bigger ideas and more things for you to learn. So we just ask that you keep it up, whether it be remote or at the school. We look forward to being able to see you students at school again as soon as possible. So just a great job to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you.
Well, this is kind of fitting. The next person on my screen is Angie.
Angie.
Great job, fifth graders. We're gonna miss you so much. I'm heartbroken we don't get to say our normal goodbyes, but you guys will do wonderful. Have a great summer and off to Pomalita, A+ wherever you may be going. But you guys will do great. You came from Nokomis, stick with it, keep your pride. And the other thing I want to tell
Okay.
here is the yearbook. We do have copies. They will be going home on Monday. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. This year's been hard for everybody, but the year's almost over for school. It's time to take a summer break, regroup with yourself, take some time for you and your family, and just try to stay healthy.
Thank you, Angie. Next up, I see Mrs. Sweet.
Hi all. Well, going close to the last means that most everything has been said, but I think I'm going to echo the things about this has been an amazing year despite how hard it's been. We are all so proud of you guys. We want you to have the safe, best summer you can. And I'm just going to talk to the fifth graders for a second and say that you guys are going to be super missed and we're sad to see you go, but you can always come back and visit. And you're going to have so much fun next year. Middle school, new adventures, new excitement. Have a great time. So have a safe summer and we'll miss you guys.
You too. Thank you. We'll miss you too.
Thank you, Mrs. Sweet.
Me too.
Scrolling through the pages. Is there anybody that I missed staff-wise who would like to say something? Start waving your hands if I missed you.
Can we see the yearbooks again?
What was the question? And can you type the question in the chat, please?
She wants to see the yearbook again.
Well, if you want to see the yearbook, come on, bring your stuff back on Monday and we can show you one. All right.
Angie's holding one up.
Think we are, I didn't see, did anybody else see anybody waving?
Me. I want to say something.
I don't see any other adults waving, so I think we're gonna cut it. We're gonna start saying goodbye. So we thank you, and we'll hope to see you Monday. All right,
Bye.
fifth grade. Don't forget your special time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Have a
everyone.
great weekend.
Goodbye.
Good job, Nokomis students.
Bye.
See you guys next year, fifth graders.